That race down in Cape Town earlier this year. Right, I said we'd be talking mountain biking in Africa as a whole. Well, Southern Africa really, because this week, starting over the weekend on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is a race, a really special race, the Logico Swazi Frontier. It's been going for a number of years now. Small field, 90 teams, and they stay in hotels along the way in Swaziland, and it's a real challenge. It's shorter stages, but you have to find your way as well, some navigation along the way. The defending champions are the Kenyan pair of Davidson Kamau and David Kinja. And David joins us in the studio now. David, welcome.
Thank you.
And alongside you, you've got a young man from Kenya as well, Anthony Kiaria.
Yes.
Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. Now, you're going back to race it again, David?
Yeah, we're ready for that. And I'm sure the guys out there looking to kick ass, but yeah, we're ready. Yeah.
What's it like having to navigate as opposed to just having a marked trail that you used to?
Yeah, it's challenging, and you know, mountain biking is becoming strong all over Africa now, and especially in South Africa and the surrounding countries. So Swaziland is getting lots of strong South African riders going there, and they mean racing. So when you're racing, you're putting your head down and looking at the rocks, and you know you want to be safe and fast. You don't have time to go for the cards. So when you go to a corner and you don't know which way, there's two ways. You don't know which way to follow, and you remember, oh, I have to read my card, so you stop. And when you're reading, everybody comes by, and then, okay, so I'm not in the racing, and I have to start all over again. Yeah. So that kind of challenge, it's a special event, you know.
Anthony, how many races have you done in your young cycling career?
About five of them.
And this one, have David and Davidson been giving you all the detail?
Yeah, he have given me a lot of experience about training, and I hope I will do better in Switzerland.
And have you read a card before? Has he showed you how to read the map and navigate, or are you just going to follow David?
You just followed him?
No, I have not ever been racing in off-road. I am better in racing in road racing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, where you don't read cards, you know, on road, you know.
Yeah, you just follow the road.
Yeah, streamlining and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So mountain biking is more like a time trial.
No.
So I told him, look at the ground, see where the marks will follow.
Now we're having a look at some footage from the race in the Logico Swazi Frontier. It really is spectacular. Although you'd want to see a bit more with the mist lifted. There are two conditions here. It's either misty and rainy or bakingly hot. It can be exceedingly hot.
Stage 2 was terrible.
Yeah.
You know, it was close to 5 hours in total rain, mud, and about 28 rivers to cross in total in 4 hours. It was terrible. And then by the time we got to the end, then the trucks carrying all our bags and clothes had been stuck in the mud. But we had to wrap ourselves in towel for another 3 hours waiting.
Yeah, that's an amazing
thing. That's
thing.
what makes mountain biking fantastic.
Special.
Hey?
Yeah.
Special.
David, let's talk about the Safari Simbaz Trust and obviously Anthony and Kennedy, or Bossy as you call him, the other young man riding with Anthony, part of your Simbaz Trust coming through. How's it going there with that?
It's always a challenge when you're trying to build teams, and especially with young riders. The rest of Africa, so not including South Africa, you know, mountain biking and cycling is happening here. There's struggles, okay, but the rest of Africa, there's really a big struggle with the sport. And any little sponsorship coming through, so like with SOSI, you know, it's very important that these kids appreciate it. And no matter how young they are. But my Safari Simbaz Trust is basically supporting the kids from the villages. So they're either single parents, or they're just downright poor, or they're just, you know, not in school. So we use the bicycle as a tool to elevate them, or to show them the other side of life that they can work for. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about SOSI. How did you get involved? How did you tie it all up?
SOSI is the secret weapon, so we don't reveal anything.
I need to find out about this.
You better come over. Yeah, basically SOSI is tasty soya pieces. So it's a special product. It's new in the market, so it started in Kenya. We'll try and spread out to the rest of East Africa. I'm sure there's some people in Swaziland already wanting it. but it's very nice product. It's doing very well in the local market because it's very cheap and locally available soya, and it's already pre-cooked and flavored. And you can get a sachet of 90 grams for 30 shillings, which is what everybody in the village is looking at. So it's a readily available, good, healthy protein. So it works very well for us, the riders and my young riders. So when you have a sponsor supplying you with a nice protein product, what else do you need for good training?
Now, David, you're wearing a shirt that Andrew, when he saw you come in on that, he got all twitchy because in the first Fairburn Capital Old Mutual Jobbik to see you and Davidson and Andrew and Shan Wilson were racing against each other all the way, 9 days.
Yeah.
Andrew has some memories from that, don't you, Andrew?
I do. We were just winning, but not easily, and Shan broke a derailleur. Up comes David and Kamal behind us, and here's their chance. He gets off his bike and says, no, I can fix your derailleur. We say to him, no, carry on. You know, it's a race, you can win it. And there's money up for grabs. No, he says, we had to shoo him away to physically get him to carry on racing. But it was a wonderful duel we had for 9 days with two of the best gentlemen in mountain biking.
And Fairburn Capital State Loyalty, they covering your expenses for the race?
Yeah, they've been very good to us since we did our first Jobbik to see.
Yeah.
They're the title sponsors, of course. But you see that Old Mutual is going out of their way and getting involved with more cycling. We need to see more of that. So kudos to Stuart.
And will we see you ride a race with Stuart Loxton one day?
Yeah, of course. No, he has to come over in Kenya, get kicked by some of those little boys, and then I can come and ride with him.
What are you expecting for your two young men, Kennedy and Anthony here, to take away from their experience in Swaziland?
Yeah, it's experience, just that, exactly, experience. So I am expecting them to learn a lot and to, basically experience something different for what they do. And this is their first trip overseas. You know, they've never been out of the villages. You know, they have never really done a mountain bike race, not even a road race. So they've just been developing as cyclists, and that's what they are, just developing riders. So when they get an opportunity like this, they have to be very thankful to their sponsors, the SOSI. And, you know, I couldn't, even with all my experience and all my passion for cycling, I couldn't get them over here, you know, or to get them to Swaziland. So I'm expecting that they'll be smiling for the opportunity, and learn as much as they can, work hard in the race. They don't have to win, but, you know, they have to also take care of themselves and be safe, you know. That's what will lead them to the next.
David, what can we learn from your setup in Kenya that could be replicated in other parts of Africa?
You should be asking me, what can I learn from you?
Believe me, not a lot. But seriously, wouldn't it be wonderful if we had initiatives like this happening all over Africa?
Yeah, there's lots of people talking, and one of the good things that is happening now is that DHL is starting to get involved with cycling around Africa. So I got a few of those young boys in Kenya getting kitted by DHL, so as development Simbaz riders, okay? And I was told that DHL was active in Mauritius just the other day, promoting and giving some bicycles to a charity. And I'm sure maybe soon we might see a professional team under DHL colors. So we need to see more of this kind of stuff happening, you know, projects, you know, the Simbaz, the Songo, and all that. So this will bring out our African cycling to the full, and that would be very, very nice.
David and Anthony, thanks very much for coming in. Thoroughly enjoy your time in Swaziland. I know Brett and Leslie put on a great show, and it'll be a wonderful 3 days of riding. Enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll be happy to do it.
All right. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks,
you.
David. They are going to be taking on the challenge of the Logico Swazi Frontier starting this weekend. The 3-day race. It is magnificent. Difficult to get into, so you want to get on their mailing list and try and get an entry to one of Africa's great mountain bike experiences. Now, what should you take with you when you head off on a ride? Well, let's delve into the bag with Catherine Williamson.